Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. See if I can get this. I don't know if anybody's going to show up or not. All right, we got 12 viewing. Okay. Woo. Let me tell you what. I am sweating. I am sweating right now. I know you can't see what's going on, but I need to look at that. Who's here? I know I didn't announce this coming. Hey, Jack. It's going to be hard for me to see these because this is like I have the laptop set up way over here and stuff, right? I can't show you the car just yet. I can't just yet because I don't have the Ethernet cable set up. But I wanted to let you know that it was painted. I've been working on it all morning, but I needed to clean up the gun and stuff, so I wanted to do that while I'm doing this, while I'm talking. So I hope you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. I don't know how, But man, I've been working on it, all week, prepping. And we had already made plans, my wife and I, to go to the lake. And my wife said, we'll go after your live stream. And I thought, well, I'm probably going to be painting the car before we go. So that's where I'm at right now. I painted the car. Again, I can't really see who's here. Marchendi, sound is good. Okay. Yeah, it's all painted. Yeah, Dave, new point of view. Let me tell you. I had on this Tyvek suit, and I had a different one on before. This is by Trimaco. There was no breathing in this thing. No breathing. Look at that. Look at that. I'm soaked. But anyway, did all that prep work, and I talked to my PPG rep. One of the things that I was concerned about was, I bought a new can of paint, right? Well, this can says Omni on it. I know there's people that don't like Omni, whatever. This one says Omni, and the other one was Shopline. And I was trying to figure out, well, does it matter, right? So finally, I texted my PPG rep, and I said, is there a difference between these two? He said, nope, same product. I said, okay, cool. So I ended up taking what was left of the can Shopline, and I mixed it into the Omni. And let me tell you, I had 3 quarts of this. I didn't do a full gallon. There's probably about that much left because I sprayed 3 coats on this car. I put 3 coats on. I wanted to make sure that there was no chance of junk being caught up in there, or being short somewhere. So 3 coats of base, 3 coats of clear. Again, I wasn't taking any chances. Everything laid out really nice, as it should, right? As it should. It's not that I didn't screw up the painting process on the first round so much as I just didn't get enough material on. So at this point, things are looking pretty good. Now, I took the car, I've assembled everything on it. There's pictures on Facebook, but I assembled all the pieces on it so that the rear balance is on it, the front balance is on it, the headlight buckets, all that stuff is in place. And I took the rock guard. I could not get it on because it was overlapping the headlights. And I thought, the headlight buckets, and I said, I'm not going to do that. So I set the rock guard and the headlight little rings that go around the headlights. I set those on a stand and painted them separate. And that seemed to work great. Even with these liners and stuff, you still end up with material getting inside because you're trying to you got to keep these little things clean, these little PPS cup liners. So anyway, it's sprayed 3 coats of, like I said, 3 coats of base, 3 coats of clear. The only thing that I found wrong was I had some material like a little fuzzy something got loose, and just it's like that long, little squiggly, got onto the quarter panel. I also had one bug that got onto the base. So I picked out the bug with my little pick, and then that cleaned up fine. And then I took the little squiggly piece of, I don't even know what it was, got it out, but it left more of a trail. So there is a flaw, which is okay. There's a flaw on the quarter panel right behind the driver's door. So that's okay. As somebody, I think Don Thompson had said, if you've got a flaw, then you don't have to worry about it. If the car was perfect, that's, you really have to be concerned keeping everybody away from it and all that stuff. So anyway, I know I do these live streams on Thursdays, and I thought I have enough time. I can do this while I'm taking care of these cup liners and stuff. Because you still, like I said, you still end up with material getting down inside of these things. And I probably need to get a new set anyway, because they're getting old. Let me see who's here. I know you're gonna. Let me see. Jack W, March Indy, Kuderlev. Looks like somebody's been working. Yep, Dave Conville. There's our first Dave sighting. Denny, yes, it's painted. Okay. Leonard, Troy. It's rainy in Guyton, Georgia. It's sunny here. Sounds okay. Let me see here. Chuck, looks like someone has some sweat equity. Yes. Yeah, Joel. Thank you. Jerry checking in. Denny, the light worked great. Let me tell you, that little sun gun light, this thing that I got from Harbor Freight, it did what I needed. It let me see color, and even I went in, and when I was shooting clear, I took it and walked around after I shot clear to make sure that it was, all, wet, no dry spots. Dave and Cheryl, glad you're here. Yeah, JT, I've been busy. Wingnuts, what gun are you using? Well, for the base coat, I've been using this Harbor Freight Black Widow. It's the top coat gun, and then for clear coat, I've been using this old DeVilbiss that I've used forever and ever and ever. We used to have it at the body shop, and so that's all I've ever used is that thing. Man, this cup is really gummed up. So, like I said, I knew that I wouldn't be able to do the normal type of live stream today. And, but you guys show up. I'm happy you're here because I want to keep this going. And if I can do it while I'm doing other things, that's fine too. So, but the plan is for now, I'm going to let this sit and get, get all the stuff cleaned up, and then I'll pack up some stuff and we're going to go to the lake. So this will be my reward, going to the lake. Because we haven't been to the lake this year yet. It's been difficult, a lot of stuff going on, family and life. So we're gonna spend a weekend at the lake, and really looking forward to it. Really need to get that time. Let's see. Delano, thanks for posting videos. Thank you. Greetings, Scott Keeney. Jeff. Oh man. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. That makes my day. Rusty, just checking in. Was wondering where you get those plastic spouts for your gallon containers of epoxy activator and reducers. You know what? See, these, you're talking about the little spouts right here for my reducer. My PPG rep sells these. And you know what I was going to do something? I actually bought, look at this. I bought some extra ones. I was going to do a giveaway some of these things. So, but yeah, PPG rep has them. At least mine does. And I've had that one for quite some time, and it's held up great. Let me see who else is here. Let's see. Chuck would like to see your intake and exhaust setup. You talking about for the paint booth? I don't have much. I just have a couple of fans in the windows. You can hear them running in the background. Elliot C, did you hit the gym first? I wish. Let's see. Jessica, yeah, glad you're here. So, anyway, I'm pretty happy right now. Of course, I was happy the last time. I'll admit, I was happy the last time that this went on because I thought I was good. But now I really think I'm good because using that little light made a world of difference. I can see that the whole car is, of course, I put 3 coats on. And I know Wally was talking about this because Wally's getting ready to paint his car, his 68 convertible. And he built a really nice fan unit at his little garage. He was worried about the ventilation because he's seen my videos, and my paint booth turns into a cloud when I start spraying clear. So he was concerned with that. So he's got a video out. He made a really nice ducted fan for his shop. But anyway, we were having a discussion about walking the car, right? Walk the car. Well, I already had the idea of what I needed to do, and somebody else said there's people that have demonstrated this. So that's what I did on Jade today. I walked the car, and it worked. I was able to continue the pattern front to back, and that was fantastic. Got to get that out. Always clean up your guns, your paint guns, especially your paint guns. But I've had this, like I said, this DeVilbiss we used to use at the body shop, so it's been around a long time, and it keeps on chugging, keeps on doing its thing. Let's see, Chuck, yeah, those. So, I hope everybody's had a good week. I was stressing out over this, as I always do. I stress out over paint. I've said that before. And especially this redo, I've been really, because like I said before, people were wanting me to just paint the door and just be done with it. But I just couldn't take that chance. I just couldn't. And I found that, there's other little flaws that I had in the finish on the other side of the car. I could address those as well. So this allowed me to take care of a lot of little things as well. I'm still going to have to, color sand, cut, and buff, which is, a given. Really can't get away from that. And if I haven't told you already, these little cans, this little 3M gun cleaner, it's on Amazon. It's on my Amazon page. This is good stuff. This stuff really gets the gun clean. Let's see. Good to see Barry happy. Yes, thank you, Gene. Jerry, what is Wally's YouTube channel? It is 68 Mustang Restoration. 68 Mustang Restoration. It's the convertible that he bought in the States and then found out that it was just a bunch of junk. So he had started over on the car. He's done a fantastic job with it. I'm really looking forward to him getting it painted. He's painting it Acapulco blue, I believe, which is one of my favorite colors. But anyway, so he built this ducted fan, and I think it's fantastic. I wish I had this. He has more space because his garage is more wide, so he's using the whole garage. My paint booth is limited to 14 feet wide, so I couldn't make a ducted one like he did because it would interfere with the whole movement around the car. So can't do anything about that. But let me see. I'm gonna let these soak. Let me tell you, I've been drinking all kinds of liquid. All kinds of. I've drank like 3 of these already. No coffee at the moment. Oh, let's see who's here. Gene, super sticker. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jessica Berry are busy. Got all the bricks done in the window, and my daughter's had her graduation yesterday too. Oh, okay. So you got the window replaced in the what was it? I want to say Buick, the station wagon, right? Because somebody busted out the side glass in the station wagon. Let me turn this way a little bit. Woo! Oh man! And I don't want to. I could turn the air conditioning on, but I don't want to. I want the heat to stay up. I want it because it's like right now it's 80, 82, 84 degrees in here. Look at there's a little dry spot. So I want to keep the heat up. I have one window open on that side of the garage and one window open right here. So that's only air coming into the shop. And then, of course, blowing out the back. But I will post some pictures. I may even do a quick little a video short. I do those little less than a minute video shorts. So I may do one of those on YouTube. And I'm going to try, because I know I haven't made a video this week. And I don't even know if I made one last week. I mean, I'm just, or I did, I don't know. But what I'm probably going to try to do is I'm going to take my computer with me when I go to the lake, and I have video footage, and I'm going to try to edit it. And I think my friend has a hotspot thing that she could let me hook up to. So maybe I can upload a video about this tomorrow. Hope so. Because otherwise, I won't. I'm not. We're staying away for the whole weekend, so probably be back, for the Monday night live stream. But I'd like to get a video up tomorrow if I can. So I know. I know we can't really probably answer many questions, but I think Jerry was asking about some problems he had with his car. Because he had sent me some measurements and stuff, and he, I don't know if Jerry wanted to get on the stream or not. I don't remember what his plan was. He had said something about asking some questions on here, and I don't know if he was still wanting to do that or not. Let me check my email real quick. Okay, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay. Yeah, is it finally time to do the happy dance? I hope so. I sure hope so. Let me go look at the car. Let me go look at it one more time because I got to see it. And I know I can't bring you with me, but hang on just a second. I think it's happy dance time, but yeah. There you go. Here's the happy dance. Dawn, you could have a ducted fan duct on the outside. That is true. It's not a bad idea. That is true. I would have to build all that though. But that's a good idea. Jerry, okay, yeah, Jerry, if you want to, let me get Jerry on here real quick because I know he had some questions about his car, and let me see if I can find him. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm going to send Jerry an invite, and we'll see how this goes. But man, let me tell you. Yeah. And the bottom of this shirt is dry because it's hanging out. So that means everything in my pants are soaking wet with sweat too. Drink more water. Drink more water. And I will point out too, I mentioned about the paint, and I mentioned about this gun cleaner, this 3M. Good stuff. I also, on this round, I used on the base, because the temperature was only about 75 when I started. So I used a medium reducer, I believe. I believe it was a medium reducer. Yeah. And then when I went to spray the clear coat, I went to a hot temperature reducer, DT895. And what that should do, hopefully, is give it some time to settle, kind of flatten out and look good. I hope so. I sure hope so. Jorge, man, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here, man. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to do my normal invite, and post it and say, hey, I'll be on at 3:00. And I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to just say, plan it. Because, I literally, before I went live, had just stepped out of my Tyvek, whatever, paint suit and decided I was just going to hit the button and go. So that's where we're at. I think what else was there I wanted to mention? I can't even think right now. Hopefully Jerry shows up. I sent him an invite. Let's see. Yeah, I sent Jerry an invite, so we'll see what happens. Sorry about the angle here. I have this little webcam thing that I put up it's on my tripod. Can't really show you the thing. Okay, so there's Jerry. Jorge, no, nothing's wrong with the AC. I just didn't want it cold in here because of paint. I just finished painting Jade again. So second round of repaint. So that's why it's hot in here. I wanted to keep it warm. Denny, remember sweat is a result of being overhydrated. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Yeah, if you're not sweating, something's really wrong. And Wally, good afternoon, Barry. Can you make a medium speed activator for first 3 coats and slow speed for final coat? I would assume you could, but I haven't tried that, so I don't know for sure. Battery burnout, the good thing about sweating so much is you don't have to stop working to go pee. Yeah. All right, let's get Jerry on here. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, so I want to give you an advertisement right here.
Sweet. You got the hat.
Yeah, it's a good-looking hat. Well, I've made some progress since we last talked, so let me flip the camera around and show you what I've done.
Okay.
Wrong way. All right, so the first thing I did was based on what you suggested, was measure from the firewall to the support structure and on both sides, and I was within a 1/16 of an inch.
Right.
And so that kind of convinced me that the car is not out of alignment, but I kept focusing on the fenders. So I measured from the back corner of the fender here, and here.
I can't. You got the camera facing the wrong way. You got to turn it around.
I'm
seeing your face.
Well,
There you go.
That's looking at me. The camera's looking at me.
We're seeing the car. Trust me.
Okay, perfect. Anyway, from this point here,
Right.
this point here to this point here,
Yep.
this point here, and then from this curve to here. And I measured both fenders that way. And to my surprise, the fenders were pretty much exactly the same.
Okay.
So what I did was, and you'll remember this from the other night, I think, there is a bracket that's up underneath here.
Yes.
It's in. So I cut 3/8 of an inch off of that, which allowed the fender to slide forward.
Okay.
So then I put the, and I don't have one I can grab really. Yeah, I do. Here it is. So I mounted this up.
I can't see it. Okay. Got the headlight extension on.
All right. So where you see the primer,
Yep.
I slipped that. I slipped the right here.
Yep.
Pulled it in about maybe 1/8 of an inch. Cut the spot welds out here. Pulled everything together, and I've got this lining up pretty good right now.
Okay.
And then back here, I had a really bad fitment problem here. So I cut this out through here and re-welded it.
Okay. Yeah.
And now, as you see, as I press on it,
Yeah.
the alignment's coming in.
That looks
The
better.
only issue that I have, and I hadn't had time to work on it today, is as I move down the car, the reveal,
Yep.
it's a little wider at the bottom. But I think the reason for that is I don't have a bolt in that bottom.
Yeah.
And so it looks like, and then here, I'm able to, when I get this bolted in,
Can't see it. Oh, there you go.
when I get this bolted in, this is within, depending on the flex, about less than 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/16, maybe
Okay.
a little bit more on that. And so that, that's what I've got done on solid on that. So I'm pretty happy now that I don't have to cut this fender and fit it in there.
Right.
And I want to move back to another fender and show you what I've done there.
Okay. Let me catch up with some of the comments here. Let's see. Troy says, "Give Barry a thumbs up, please." Yes. Chris, how you doing in Georgia? Well, I'm sweating because I just painted jade again. Dawn, been 90 degrees here in Portland. Thought I'd have to offer a sacrifice to the gods. Chuck just did some painting last weekend and mixed a fast and slow reducer out of medium. Okay, so that might help Wally with. I think Wally was wanting to do the slow first, or the medium first, and then the slow, like independent of each other, to try to, because of the temperature. Mason. No, I'm in my shop. I was cleaning up some equipment on my bench, so I just finished painting jade. So I just, was just checking in here. Also, do you have your garage door open out in the shop, or are you in your Mr. Cole? I don't have the AC on right now because I just painted the 68 Mustang again, and so I want to keep it warm, so the solvents evaporate out. Okay, what do you got, Jerry?
All right, so this is the right front fender. You may remember when you were here and we did the user video, where this part of the fender was tilted up, and the fit was pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I made a little bit of adjustment on the fender, and I found that it's actually pretty easy to adjust. And then what I did was I cut some strips of 1/8 inch metal and I welded those in here.
Okay.
And so you can see this marking.
Yep.
That's the grind mark that I'm going to take off.
Okay.
And that should let this fender fit back in like it's supposed to.
That would be good. That would be good.
Then the last thing that I've done is, and I didn't know this because I didn't put this on the car, but I don't know if you can see here how much filler they put on this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I've decided I started to order a new hood.
Right.
And I got to looking at the price, and then I started looking at the cost of shipping. And I thought, I got to try to fix this before I spend $400 to get a new hood.
Yep.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind all this off, take it at least back up into here, all the way back to bare metal. You can see, I think if you look real close,
Oh, yeah.
crack there. So I'm going to fix that. And then what I did was I bought a contour gauge to check the contours here.
Yep.
Here, all the way across. And I've got all this stuff lining up, but you can just see the amount of body filler.
Wow.
And so I may wind up having to get a new hood. I don't know. But that's the next thing is I'm just going to strip all this down and get all this body filler off, because all I did on that was I knew there was some body filler on it.
Right.
When I media blasted it, but I didn't explore how much body filler there was.
What, do you have a spot welder, like a spot puller?
I don't.
Okay. I'm not saying you're going to have to get one, but you might. Have you ever used one of those?
I have not.
Okay.
I did make a special tool for this. I'll show it to you.
Because Harbor Freight, oh, I see. Well, yeah, that'll help some.
And that allowed me to get the line back in here when I line all this stuff up.
Right. Well, what I'm concerned with is the depth of the filler. Because I've shown it on other videos, like on the Mystique Mustang, on the rear deck lid. It had a big crease in the deck lid, and I used one of those little spot pullers.
Yeah.
Where you weld on the stud and then you pull on it with a little slide hammer.
Yep.
Those, they sell them in Harbor Freight. They work, and you may end up looking at something like that. I know Wally did that too. Wally had his hood had problems, and I think he did the same thing with this little spot puller and slide hammer, and was able to get the shape back a lot better than what it was. So, I mean, first thing you need to do is strip it and see what you got and whether it's worth messing with.
Well, labor at my shop is cheap.
Yep.
And so, versus, here's what I found at CJ Pony. I can buy a replacement hood for $150.
Yeah.
But they want $223 or $230 for shipping. They've got fenders at Kentucky Mustang, which is closer to me. I'm in zone 1 with them. So the shipping's about $150. But unfortunately, all their hoods are in the $400 to $500 range, and no inventory.
What about you check NPD?
I have not checked NPD yet.
Because I know they have a policy. I don't know what their dollar figure is. What they'll ship for free. It's probably up there pretty good.
It's $300.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's $300 and the hood is $250, and you can, maybe pick up a few other things, it might be worth it.
It is. And, it kind of comes down to, if you just need one thing and you're looking at a shipping cost of that much, then there's obviously other things that you can add to it that you're going to use. So, but anyway, the big thing I found was on the headlight extensions. When I bolted those on, the reason I made this tool was because on the passenger side, I had about a finger's clearance between the top of the extension and the hood.
Yep.
And on this side, it was hitting. so that's when I discovered that the hood was not square or flat.
Yep.
And so the other thing that I found, and this is pretty interesting. Let me show this to you.
Before you do that, let me answer some questions real quick. So Wally says he remembers that I discovered at the bottom reveal at the door is influenced by the front fender rotation, which is true. I did a video on that with the light blue Mustang that I did years ago. You can rotate the front of the fender, and it's going to influence the gap at the back. So keep that in mind as well. Stein is checking in. Mason, do you have an old Pepsi sign? Wait. Do you have an old Pepsi sign? Also, where can I find me an old Pepsi sign? Yeah, I have one. You know, it's in the back. You can see that. But I don't know where you can find one. I've had that one since I was probably 10 years old. Wally says he does not have a spot welder, so use normal welder to weld small bolt and then use slide hammer. So that's another option. Troy, for the big parts, I drive to NPD in Florida and pick them up. The cost is a lot less than shipping. So there you go. So Troy can go get them for you.
All right. Sounds like a deal.
Don, yeah, excellent. He says, excellent idea, Wally. And Carson, hey, Barry, I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'm glad you're here, Carson. So what were you going to say, Jerry?
So when I started straightening this hood out using this tool that I made, this is what I discovered happened.
It's separating?
It's separating.
You aimed a little high with the camera. Okay, there you go.
And so, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that or not. I'm thinking when I get the hood off and all that, I'll be able to take a hammer and a dolly and knock this down.
Well,
to get it back in where it needs to be.
The thing is, what I'm seeing, that, you know, front end being pushed down like that, that inner structure of the hood is rotated down. That's why it's separating.
Oh, and let me show you this. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see this?
Yeah.
And so
Jerry, just get another hood.
Okay.
Trust me. I don't care how cheap your labor is.
Yeah,
you how cheap your labor is.
Yeah, you made my day. But,
don't just get another hood.
But anyway, and then I also noticed, and I never picked this up because this stuff wasn't on there before, but I just now noticed here.
I can't see it. Rotate. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just get another hood.
Okay. Well, I figured that's where it was going to go.
Yeah. It's, you know what, take that one, hang it on the wall, and you know, just get another hood. Trust me.
All right. I'll do that.
And make sure you do the thing where I you know, like I showed you before, where you spot weld the edges.
Right.
You know, so it's rigid.
And I was looking at this, and I think this hood had been done that way too, because I can see spot welds like here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Wally agrees with me. His inner structure is from the back, and they pulled this top skin forward. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Okay, have a safe trip. Chuck says marketplace for used OEM hood. That's not a bad idea. If you're on Facebook, maybe find somebody who's on it and find a hood.
Okay.
Yeah, Jessica says time over dollars, new hood time. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I'll check NPD.
Yeah.
Because what I may do is, I know my wife's going to in July. She's going to Daytona Beach, and she's in an SUV. I'll do some measurement. I may just have her stop and pick it up for me and bring it back.
Yeah, why not?
So,
but remember this too. You kind of get what you pay for. So I know $150 hood is, you know, sounds like a great deal, but it may or may not be. I've run into, I've had to modify stuff on these cars to make the hood even fit the car and look right. So I can't say that a more expensive hood is better or not. I just can't. But usually the cheaper stuff, there's something that they're sacrificing for value. So just weigh on that a little bit. Maybe you can go on a forum and see if anybody's used a hood specifically from NPD or whoever, and just kind of maybe get a ballpark reference or which one might be more bang for the buck. So
sure. Well, hey, you guys have given me a lot of thought or a lot of things to think about. I'll check in. I've got to go to Harbor Freight tomorrow or Saturday and pick up some other stuff. So I might go ahead and check into that spot welding kit, because I've seen that before and I've wondered about that. In fact, if you go to Eastwood's website and check their products out, they've got a lot of videos on that, and they really advertise it as kind of one of the better ways to do that. But I think you said Wally just welded a bolt to it, and
he did. I have a custom-made slide hammer that I actually have a pair of vice grips that I use. I have a threaded rod with a slide on it, so you could get away with it if you could weld some small something like that, and slide on it with a slide hammer. But it's just really depending on what you're doing. Like, it's hard to weld a bolt into a deep crevice, because you want to pull from if you have a certain kind of dent, you kind of want to work that dent out from the middle. But welding a bolt in, you might end up be across the crevice rather than at the center of it, where you can pull it out of the valley.
Sure.
But let me see. Okay. Dave, would it be smart for Jerry to find a used hood in good shape, always period body parts on Marketplace? Yeah, I mean, if you can get a OEM hood, that's the way to go.
Well, I'll check Marketplace when we get off the live stream here.
Okay.
Just find out, because I found a deal the other day. This is completely off the topic of restoration, but a guy on Marketplace in North Alabama was advertising a 1979 Jeep, and I don't know the exact model that it was, other than it was a pickup type Jeep.
Yeah, Scrambler.
Anyway, he said it was all original, he had a clean title on it, and he was asking $1,800 for it. And I decided not to inquire, because I figured it was a scam.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. I had recently had a friend. What was he telling me? He had picked up a Jeep very similar to that, where it was a one-owner Jeep. The guy wasn't even really advertising it, and it was my cousin, in fact. And he went. Somebody said, "Yeah, my uncle's got a Jeep for sale," and so it was like a 79, 80 model, and he went and looked at it, and it was beautiful. And the guy wanted $3,000 for it. He's like, "I'll take it."
Oh, yeah.
But you never know. You never know. So anyway, I'm going to see who else is here. Jessica says, Turner's Auto Wrecking is all classics. They ship as well. Good people. Got the Roadmaster glass from there. So I'm new Turner's Auto Wrecking is where they're located. Jessica is pointing them out to me. You may be able to find them. And Chuck, well, I can look Chuck's response. Chuck says he paid $300 for a good OEM hood versus $150 for a new hood. And I agree with that. As long as it's a good OEM hood. Okay. I'm gonna get off the live stream. It's I gotta finish doing some things. I gotta unmask some of the car because I don't want tape sticking and stuff like that. So I gotta get to that. But Jerry, it's nice having you. I guess you can.
Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, nice having you. See what you can find.
And I don't know if you know or not, but you're having a little bit of audio problems.
Well, I'm seeing the Wi-Fi thing is hitting, so I'm gonna have to get off anyway. So I'm gonna let you go. and
Right.
we'll catch up with you again. Thanks for being
Sounds
here.
good. Thanks.
All right. Okay. My audio is messing up. My Wi-Fi is doing weird things, so I'm going to call it a day. But hey, I'm glad y'all came, stopped in, checked in. Yeah, Jorge, I'd like to show you tape, but I can't. I'll post some pictures of it on Facebook. I may do it on Instagram or something. But I can't drag the camera back there, so sorry. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. I got to pack up, go to the lake. So I hope you all have a good weekend. And we'll do this again on Monday. Pretty sure 7 o'clock. And it shouldn't be a problem. So thanks for being here. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.